Hi everyone, Matt here from PM Models, and for this build we're going to be doing the HM Hobbies little Bedford QL Bowser, refueling Bowser. Now anybody who's interested in this, there is a review on it which will be linked to this video which Phil at Flory Models did. It's a bit of a mixed media kit as it's taken from a die cast, so there is some die cast parts along with some styrene, but it's been converted, like I say, from the actual HM Hobbies die cast kit into just a normal sort of plastic kit. So as you can see, the cab is still in die cast, so that's going to need a little bit of clean up, not too much, and then also the chassis is die cast. So again, beautifully moulded, really nicely detailed for the scale. Again, this is 72nd scale, if anybody's wondering, not 76 or any others. It is a 72nd scale kit. So without further ado, let's get cracked on and get it built. As we can see, got the parts laid out, pretty nicely detailed. Not a massive part count either, obviously being the scale. Separate styrene wheels, tyres should I say, which is nice. So for them, obviously the windscreen as well, which nicely just slots in into there. So a bit of super glue, hold that into place. Should be good to go. So basic construction, as you can see on the sheet here, is it shouldn't take too long at all. So I'd say this is more going to be a quick build. We'll get it together and then, you know, concentrate on the painting and weathering on a smaller scale kit. So as I say, we'll start off, get the interior done, the cab. I'm going to paint the inside of the cab black, or just to make sure there's no bleed through of anything, because like I say, being grey. And then obviously we'll get on with the seats and steering wheel and dash and everything. So yeah. So I made a start putting the fuel Bowser together. Started off by doing the interior of the cabin, very straightforward, nothing overly complicated. And this bit here will get a nice decal, so once this is all painted we'll slip the decal on, and then that will just, when the glass is in, just nicely slide into there, lock into there, which underneath on the chassis are 3 screws in the die cast, so that will just, like I say, lock it all into place. The next part is going to be the actual tanker bit itself, so mud guards, strengtheners and some of the fuel bars in it. All these parts here I'll put on last, because the chances are I'll end up knocking them off. So we'll leave that till it's all sorted together and ready for priming. Again, there's not much to it. There's only 14 parts, so it's going to be a very straightforward build. So like part 1 is just going to be putting it together, and then part 2 painting, and I'd say probably painting and weathering is going to be a couple of parts, or 3 parts at the most. So I've already cut the parts off the sprue and cleaned them up. So next step, we'll just assemble this section here. So again, we'll just take some Tamiya white top with its well oversized massive brush. A little bit of that on there, so we'll get that the right way round. And again, this actual styrene that this is moulded in is really nice stuff. It's goes together, goes down lovely. Make sure we get that the right way round. There we go. Again, we'll just dab a bit of glue and then just drop that into place. I've got this little part here. Again, pop a bit there. Sure we get that the right way around. Wait. I'll just drop into there, and then final bit underneath. Where's that bit? No. Oh, hold on. Get that the right way around that then. Okay. Again, that I've just put them the wrong way around. So don't do what I've just done, read the instructions. And put it the right way around. So there we go. So that's them bits. Okay, so we'll do the top bit, so we'll get the ends on and these bits here. Again, I've already pre-cut them off. I'll use a bit of liquid cement for them. Just to lock that into place. Okay, so drop that into there. Move that out of the way before I knock it over. A bit of extra thin around the edges. Stick the front bit on. Again, just check we've got that the right way. Yep. Put that into there. Okay. They can only go on one way, they've actually got locating, so that's nice. Into there. And the final part will drop into there. There you go. Really quick and really nicely fitting on the parts. So we'll put that to one side and let that dry, and then we'll come back in a couple of minutes when that's gone off and fit these parts. I'm going to leave those off. We'll put them on as a loose fit, so again they don't get broken. Finish off doing the chassis work, and then we'll get on to painting. Say, at least with it being screwed in on the bottom of the chassis, we can do this separate. Just keep it all separate for painting, and then just join it at the end. Okay, so we just attached those parts. Again, fit is fantastic, no problem at all. So, time to put the actual booms on. Like I said, I'm going to just clean them up, put them on as a dry fit, and then I can take them off for painting them. I think I've got these walkways, I think they are, to put on, and then we'll just put these bits onto the chassis, and pretty much construction not far off complete. Running boards are now attached to the back. Again, nice fit. So pretty much that done. We're going to move now onto the chassis, and only a few parts to fit, to be honest. So we've got that's a fuel tank, and what would be the carrier for it. Again, being die cast, and this styrene, we're going to have to super glue that in place, but that will just drop into there. And again, that is sort of keyed, so it'll only go on one way, which is nice. So what we'll do is we'll attach this first for ease of handling, and then we'll just super glue this part onto the chassis. Put that onto there. Check the instructions. Make sure. I presume it can only go one way. It says. Still gets it wrong way around. There we go. Nope, I was right. There we go. So smidge of super glue. Drop there. Okay, and then drill that into place. There we go. Okay, so that's nice and easy, and then we're not going to put this on because I want to keep it separate for painting, but just to give you an idea, there we go, with the back on. And the cab will drop in like that. There we go. So as you can see, cracking little model. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just put the bits and bobs on. Like I say, put the lights on, mirrors, and get this sort of together just for primary stages. We've got a toe up at the back, and I say that's about it, I think. So we'll just go back to number 2. So just put the mirrors on the lights, front bumper guard, and then it's on to painting. So I've added the final bits of the cab, the mirrors, the lights, the bumper bar, and also just, as you can see, just put into place the booms. All this is now sort of ready for priming, so I thought I'd just rig it up together just to see what it looks like. So as you can see, without it all falling to bits, looks quite good. So next part is going to be in primer. Get some primer on it, just have a check round, make sure there's nothing I've missed, and then we'll get it into some paint. So there we go. Which is one thing I like about it, you can just disassemble it really quick for the painting stage. So when you see in the next episode, it will be priming and painting. So get it. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you again. So I've added all the final parts to the cab, and I've just mopped it up so we can see it in one piece, he says, as it falls to bits.